Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, hope you're holding out relatively well in these pretty tough market circumstances, although not completely unexpected, especially if you watch my videos yesterday. Yesterday I think the last video I made, the price was still holding 105,000 as support, but then afterwards, of course, we got news. And that pushed the prices down lower. And that's also what we spoke about yesterday in the video, right? So it's not completely unexpected. However, there has been quite a lot of news. The price action right now is looking the worst for the last, the worst it's been in the last month and a half. So there's quite a lot we need to talk about. I'll try to keep this video short and concise. It's the weekend, right? And you should enjoy the weekend too. But let's get right into it. So first of all, the news, right? So we got some further escalation, not only between the US and China, even though I would say it's mild escalation. Like if you take a look at the S&P 500, that really did not move down that much, right? So this really seems, this bearish pressure we've seen, like yes, we can say, oh, it's the tariffs news, etc., etc., and then we also overnight after the market, so that's not reflected in the price action for equities, we also had higher tariffs on aluminum and steel, so that's also bearish, and maybe we'll still see that in the chart of equities with the open next week. But I think we have to acknowledge that there's some relative weakness or at least there's some specific weakness for crypto as well. But yeah, so that's the news regarding the tariffs. That obviously did not help, but ultimately, on the 4-hour time frame, I already told you on, what was it, Thursday? Well, Thursday. That we lost the 4-hour trend, right? So that we were most likely going to look for a support level that would be strong enough to facilitate, or at least for big buyers to get back into the price, and for a solid foundation to be made to either rally back up and continue the uptrend, or to form some sort of a support for some sort of range. Which at this point of time seems most likely, right? Because first of all, 105,000 held relatively well. But then yesterday we dropped down to, in my opinion, the most important support level at 103,500. And so far, look, I have to say, the bearish price action we had overnight was with low volume, right? So should we really trust that? I don't know, right? It's the weekend, it's low volume. We could just as well reclaim 105,000 and rally back up. And then 103,500 is the bottom of some sort of a range. Because at this point of time, look, with the 4-hour trend having shifted down, with us dropping down below the 12-hour trend right here, and with the 7-day rolling VWAP up this high, I think it's unlikely, at least at this point of time, that we're going for new highs, right? So what we're looking for is some sort of a consolidation, a strong support that can be the foundation of that consolidation. And do I think it can be 103,500? Yes. However, at this point of time, we're not getting that confirmation. We dropped down below that. We have reclaimed it and we have held it over the course of this morning, but we're trading below the 30-day rolling VWAP right here. There's not much relief. So that's what we'll be looking for this weekend. It would be great if we also get some good news regarding the tariffs, but to be fair, these steel and aluminum tariffs, I think they will remain. So that's I think it's part of the deal as well that they've made with the Japanese Nippon Steel. So ultimately, look, it's weekend, so it's going to be relatively quiet, I'd say, or at least the volume is going to be lower. But it's absolutely crucial that we get some strength here around this level. To potentially into tomorrow, into next week, get a break above 105,000 and get into some sort of a range. But as we haven't seen it so far, I have to tell you that I think it's most likely will drop down lower. And in this case, almost have to sneeze, my apologies. But in this case, dropping down lower would, I think, be a move into, 102.5 is the first support level, so maybe there. But the main support level is right here between 99,000 and 101,000. So I would assume, given what we're seeing right now, that we're going to drop down into that. And then if we actually do see some strength over the course of this weekend coming from the most important support level at 103.6, then I think we can hold that and form some sort of a consolidation. But I'll keep you updated on that. All right, so keep an eye on the channel. That's the way we have to do it. All right, because basically every move matters and every move counts right now for Bitcoin. But those are my thoughts. I'll be back with new videos very, very soon. For now, thank you for watching. Take care. All right, overtrading is definitely not the best decision right now. And I'll see you on my next videos, like I said. Bye.